Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. It's so good to see you today. I had a doctor's appointment today, but I wasn't going to miss coming in and having this amazing conversation with you for another edition of Networking Know How. Because if you saw the title, you'll see that I quit. That I absolutely quit, and I think you need to quit with me. But before I get into what that's all about, if we have not yet connected, I'm Laura Morlando, the Stress Commando, and I am the founder and CEO of Down and Dirty Networking. And if this is your first time chiming in, get into chat, let me know, get into the comments and let me know this is your first time so I can say hello, and let me know if you're watching, whether you're new or you've been with us for a while, you've been watching me for a while. Go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. Say hello, because this is a conversation. This is not a one-way thing. It is a two-way thing. So just get up and chat. Let me know where you're watching from. Say hello. All right. So today is a really important topic because I quit. Have you ever said I quit? Are you like, oh my gosh, that's it? I'm done. Like for real, I quit. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you that you need to quit with me. And what you need to quit is the number one thing you need to quit, and the number one reason why you need to quit is you need to quit networking immediately. If you don't, you are putting your career at risk. So that might sound a little bit odd coming from someone who just introduced herself as the CEO and founder of Down and Dirty Networking, but let me explain. I want you all to raise your right hand and say, Laura, I quit networking. Just say it with me. I know I can see somebody watching live. You're with me. So if you're watching, just say, Laura, I quit networking. I quit with you. Here's why this is important. Here's why you're quitting. And here's why you don't want to put your career at risk if you don't quit. Because if you quit, you're saving yourself. Here's what I mean. I want you to quit transactional networking. I want you to quit one-way conversations. I want you to quit the chore of networking, because I just had this conversation with someone recently, and I shared with them, they're like, hey, this, Laura, it's really who you know, and networking's the key, and, who knows you? And I said, you know what? I've actually added to that and expanded it. It's not who you know and who knows you that's important. It's how they know you. And if they know you as someone who's constantly selling or asking for a job or only in one-way conversation mindset, meaning they're in a transactional mindset, they're going to avoid you like the plague. There's no way they're going to be open to leaning into anything that you have, because they recognize and they know you as someone who only cares for themselves. That's never going to be a good thing. So I want you to quit networking, but what I want you to start doing immediately. So as soon as you instantly quit networking, because you all said, I can see you. I know you raised your hand and you said, Laura, I quit. Here's what I want you to adopt immediately: relational networking. I want you to adopt a relational networking mindset. So here's what that actually means. I came up with that phrase so that people would understand a little bit about what it is, but it has nothing to do with, hi, my name is, buy my stuff. It's not pitch slapping. It's not give me a job or give me a promotion or let me schmooze with you. What it is having a meaningful conversation to learn from and about someone. It is about building relationships. Now, when I first started, I said, I'm here at the doctor's. I met this doctor, actually the dentist. I met the dentist through networking at work. This was years ago when I was just starting out in my career, and I finally had my own insurance, and I was so excited, and I didn't know where to go for a dentist. And so one of the workers was, talking to me, and I said, hey, I'm thinking of going to a dentist, and do you have one that you like? And I just started asking questions as someone who was new and finally had some insurance. And he gave me this great tip. He goes, hey, I'll go introduce you. When you have your break, I'll drive you over there and we'll introduce you. Now, truth be told, this guy was the chauffeur, so he drove everybody everywhere. So he drew me over there, introduced him. We had a wonderful conversation, and we sparked up a relationship. At the time, my dentist was in a band. We used to go listen to them in the band all the time, and it was great. I actually was at his wedding. I know his wife. His wife became my client as I had been their dentist. I moved away, came back, stayed with this dentist. This dentist sold his practice and introduced me to who he sold the practice to. And my very first meeting with this new dentist, we start talking, and she realizes that that I'm being treated by a functional doctor, that I really lean into the functional medicine protocols, and it's how I'm healing myself of the two autoimmune diagnoses and Lyme diagnosis. And one thing leads to another. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm looking to partner with functional doctors. Would you introduce me? And I said, sure. I share this with you because this dentist, the first dentist, was amazing, had him for years, still connected him, still know his wife, still friends with them. And now he connected me to this new dentist. And my functional doctor's thrilled because he had been looking for a functional dentist. And so it just all worked out. And it was how they knew me. They knew me as someone who was open to creating connections, someone who was open to really trust and be there and be a resource. This is how I've been known in this sphere for years. The people there that I didn't know yet at this office, there's a lot of new people there because it's been a while since I've been caregiving. I hadn't been there in a while. And so they were like, oh, Laura, you haven't met so-and-so and so-and-so. And how's this going? How's it? So I stayed there and chatted with them for a while, got caught up on what's going on with their lives, what's happening in their business, what's happening in my business. It was fantastic. Who goes to a dentist to get higher vibrational energy? I do. It's amazing. I felt bad I hadn't been able to see the dentist. It just worked out. They had an appointment. I didn't have, fire recovery vendors at this moment. So I was like, great, I can come. And I felt good enough to be able to drive. So it was pretty exciting. But that's the point. I actually have this great community, this support. And anybody who tells me that lives in the area that's looking for a dentist, I'm going to refer them. And any vendor that I know, I've met because I know them. I have a relationship with them. And they know me as someone who they can count on, someone they can trust. And that's how anything in my career has happened, whether I was a corporate professional or an entrepreneur. And when I'm reaching out for people, I'm not going to just blindly ask, hey, who knows this? I'm going to go to my trusted people, the people that I know have really good resources that I can count on. When they give me a referral, they're going to give me a warm introduction, and I can count that the referral is going to be golden. So I want you to quit transactional networking immediately because it's hurting your career. It's hurting your reputational capital. It is tanking it because you're being known as the person who only cares about themselves. You only want to sell them something. You only want what you can get from them. And this is true whether you're in business for yourself or you're a corporate professional. Think about it. There are people that you know in your world where like, oh my gosh, here they come. Let me brace myself. They're about ready to ask me for something. They say, how are you? But you know that's not what they mean. You know that's a platitude because there's a big ask coming. And it's a big ask that is going to be something you're going to feel obligated to say yes to. So here's, and hopefully you learn to say no, but that's a whole nother conversation. So quit transactional networking immediately. Build relationships, have meaningful conversations, lean into everybody like they're your best friend, even if you are just meeting them for the first time. I treated everybody that I met in that office like my best friend, like I'd known them for years, which is why we had such a wonderful conversation. They're like, we're so glad you came in here. Laura, we've missed you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed you guys too. That's how you want everybody to remember you. That is how you go through life loving what you do. This is how you build your own community in your world. So if you found this helpful, if you have some additional tips on what you could quit in traditional networking, like quit pitch slapping people, quit trying to just advertise everything that you need on social media, just quit it, just stop it. Have a conversation, be meaningful, be a human being, be curious, be interested, be authentically you, yes, but be genuine and care about the people you're talking to. So if you have stayed on to the end here, I genuinely care about you. Reach out to me, put it in the comments, or if you feel more comfortable, DM me on whatever platform you're watching, whether it be on the Down and Dirty Networking, LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube channel, or if you're on my channels on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, message me and let me know how best I can support you or who you need to know, or if you've got a question or a challenge. I want to be able to support you the best way that I can. And I would also love to learn what your best relationship and connection tips are. Not networking tips, because that's all about 30-second commercials and pitch slapping, and that's not what we do. Here at Down and Dirty Networking, we are against 30-second commercials. They are not allowed. There's no selling allowed, no pitch slapping allowed. So if you quit with us and you quit with me networking, I promise you, your vibrational energy is going to go through the roof. You're going to be known in a more positive light. You're going to see your professional network just embrace you. You're going to grow your network. It's going to be far more supportive. You're going to enjoy it. And the opportunities are going to be limitless. I promise you. All right. If this has been helpful, let me know in the comments and give me a thumbs up or share it or tag a friend. Make sure that you are subscribed to the Down and Dirty Networking YouTube channel. We have curated playlists of various different tips that you can go and watch on your own leisure. And make sure to follow the Down and Dirty Networking LinkedIn and Facebook page. We share different news articles and quotes and inspirations so that you can network more stress-free by building relationships and connectedness and meaningfulness like we do here in our Down and Dirty Networking online community. All right, everybody, I'm so thankful that you were here. I'm glad you were watching, whether you're live or you're watching on replay. I am grateful you are here. And until next week, I go live every Wednesday afternoon, sometime between 3:30 and 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure to get all the notifications from however you're watching now so you will know when I go live. And if there's a topic you would like for me to talk about in the next Networking Know-How, I would absolutely love it if you would just send me that on a DM or comment here where you're watching. I would be more than happy to turn that into maybe a future topic. You never know. All right, thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful and glorious day. And until next week, happy networking.